Hi, you guys. Today I want to talk about how to do my favorite gut test, the GI map. And so when you receive things in the mail, for those of you that are my clients that this video is instructing, one of the first things you're going to get in the mail when you start the 90-day IBS solution is going to be this supplement. It's called Wobenzyme N. And this is a great supplement. It is a collection of proteolytic enzymes. And for the purpose of this test, what it should do is go through the intestines, and bacteria and organisms, fungi, they tend to build little homes for themselves. So if you see like a bacterial growth on some food or outside somewhere, you might see it has kind of like a little slimy growth area around it. Those are referred to as biofilms. And these organisms like to build biofilms to protect themselves, and that's kind of where they live. So going through the intestines, this supplement will help break down some of those biofilms, and that will help us get a better sample of what is going on in there. So we like to take this. An Interface Plus is another one that some people recommend, and that's perfectly fine to use that instead. But I like this one. And you take it for 5 to 7 days before you start your test collection. And you could take it for longer than that, but it's good to take it for at least 5 days, including the day that you do your test collection. And then when you're done with the collection, you can just continue to take it. It's a really great supplement that we'll talk about in the program, some of the other things that it does besides break down biofilms to prepare for the GI map gut test. The other thing you'll receive in the mail is this, a box that looks like this. So this is how you will receive your test and from the lab. And what you want to do is sort of time things. You want to do this test as soon as possible when you receive it, so you can find out what's going on, and so you can get started on your program. But you also want to make sure that you mail it to the lab between Monday and Thursday, because it's the next day air, so you don't want it to arrive on the weekend and just be sitting there. And the lab also, you want them to get the samples within 10 days of your first collection, and that will ensure that all the markers, the intestinal markers, are correct. So you'll get this box. Inside you will have some instructions that they give you, and those are very helpful to look over and make sure you know what's going on before you start. If you can, I tell people a good way to start it is do your collection on Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, and then go ahead and mail it on Monday. So let me just talk a little bit about that collection. So the test instructions are for a one-day collection, and that's fine if you want to do one day. But just to increase the possibility of seeing what's going on, not every day are the same organisms going to come out. So just to get a little bit broader sample, I really encourage people to do a sample 3 days in a row. So you are given gloves in the test kit. So put on your gloves, keep everything sanitary, and you'll get a container like this. So if you have to do 3 days, maybe you have a paper plate or some kind of container that you can collect the sample in according to the instructions. So you'll need a couple more containers and gloves if you're going to do it 3 days in a row. This is where you put your sample, and you really don't need to collect that much. It's a cool little guy. It has a kind of spork in it. So when you do your collection, you just want to use this and make sure you get a good sample, lots of different areas, especially anything that looks a little weird. So you just fill it up to that red line. And so it's okay to overfill it a little bit in the case of collecting 3 days, but it really isn't that big of a sample. So what I like to tell people to do is collect a little bit on the first day, collect a little bit on the second day, collect a little bit on the third day, and in between, I just put it in its little plastic bag and then put it in the box to keep everything kind of sanitary, and I keep it in the fridge. It's really, if you are going to do a 3-day collection, which I encourage, it's really important to put it in the fridge in between so that sample doesn't change too much. And it does have a preservative in it, but you just don't want having done the 3-day collection to negatively affect your sample. Okay, so on the third day, you put the specimen in this little plastic bag, and then I have sent you via email, this requisition sheet. So you are to fill it out and put your payment information on there. And then that goes, there's like a little side bag, and whenever you do paperwork with a test kit, the requisition form goes in that little side pouch. I put it back in this box to protect it. And then the kit comes with a prepaid, pre-labeled FedEx Express package. So you just have to drop it off. Usually, 3 o'clock or something is the last collection of the day. So you just want to make sure that it's going to arrive the next day, so you drop it off in time. And that's it. Super easy. And this is a great test. You can look online about everything that it goes over, but just a little, sample. This was one of my tests, and you can see, you get a lot of different pathogens. You could share with your doctor if you wanted to. When you get your sample, you get to find out H. pylori and different bacteria, and the overall balance of the phylobacteria that you have going on. And this is one of the most accurate tests for H. pylori. A breath test is not necessarily going to be as accurate as this one. And then you also have more different kinds of bacteria and yeast that you can find in there, and viruses. And they also have a protozoa, parasites, and worms section. And this test also has markers of intestinal health, which is a really great way to see how are you digesting your food. Do you have inflammation? What's going on with your ability to detoxify, and what's going on with your immune response in the gut. And another helpful one to keep for your doctor is they also have antibiotic resistant genes on this test. And you can look more carefully over this test form on their website. It's Diagnostic Solutions Lab. GI map is the test. And the antibiotic resistant genes, that just shows if you have any bacterial strains that are resistant to common antibiotics. And if you do need to take antibiotics for something serious or a surgery, you can share that with your doctor, and then they know which antibiotics might be more effective for you. So that's a good reference too. So let me know if you have any questions about this test. It's such a great test. It's very accurate. It gives you a lot of great, you and me and your doctor, a lot of really great information about what's going on in the gut. And there it is. It's pretty easy. It is only a one-day test, but if you can do it 3 days and put it in the fridge, that is a really great way to just get a little more information, especially with parasites. Often parasite tests, they do several days collections because their pieces and eggs are not coming out that often. Okay, talk to you soon, and enjoy sampling your gut test. Bye.